what banks are good to use if you're going overseas where you don't get foreign transaction fees and you don't get foreign ATM fees. Well, Charles Schwab Bank is really good for that. Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Finally, the time has come. We are getting ready to go to Singapore. We're leaving tomorrow morning to go to Singapore. So that means today we got some things to get ready for. The first thing is kind of a minor thing, and then later today we will talk about banks and what banks to use if you want to travel to Indonesia or other countries as well. But the first thing, Seth, what do you got right there?
Our comforters.
Our comforters, huh?
Yep.
That's right, guys. Usually when we go out of town for a little while, we want to take our comforters into the laundromat and have them wash them, because we're not going to be here to use them anyway, and they'll just keep them there wrapped in plastic all nice and clean until we get back, and then we can pick them up. And so that's one thing that we're doing. And then after that, we'll talk about banks. All right, we are at the laundry place. Hey, check it out. You can see Merapi today a little bit. Cool. Here's where we're going right here for you laundry. Cool. Let's go and check it out. All right, we got our comforters here. Seth's gonna drop them off and check out their washing machines. It looks like they even have one tumble dryer here. It's cool. So basically you bring your stuff in, you tell them what you want done to it. If you don't want perfume, make sure you tell them no perfume. Otherwise, they're gonna soak that thing in perfume. Then, after it's washed, it'll be on this shelf here. You'll get a receipt, and then you can come in and claim it when you're done.
So if you guys want the standard service, which takes about 2 days, it'll cost 4,500 rupiahs per kilogram. If you want the 1-day service, it'll cost 6,000 rupiahs per kilogram. And if you want the express, which only takes 6 hours, whoops, it'll take 8,000 rupiahs per kilogram.
I really like doing our comforters there because they keep everybody's laundry separate. So your cooties don't get on other people's cooties and vice versa.
All right, so here we go to the ATM center at the gas station. Let's cruise on in and we'll talk a little bit about ATM machines. All right guys, so here's an ATM machine, and one of the things that you need to be aware of is fraud with these guys right here. If it doesn't look original, it might not be. They have a device that they put over the top of it, and it basically can copy your card somehow. Anyway, there's warnings about that here in Indonesia. And then make sure you cover this up, because somehow, guys, they are able to get your PIN number and copy your card off of a scanning device they put on there. So you want to be really careful of using ATM machines here. Make sure that this doesn't just pop off somehow, or that it's original. And ones from different banks are different, right? So this one's way different than the other one. So ATM stuff is done. What banks are good to use if you're going overseas where you don't get foreign transaction fees and you don't get foreign ATM fees? Well, Charles Schwab Bank is really good for that. There's no ATM fees at all, and there's no foreign transaction fees if you want to use your ATM card or your debit card right at a store or someplace like that. No fees. So that's really cool. But then another bank that's really good is Bank of America for their travel rewards Visa card, because there's no foreign transaction fees on that as well. So that's pretty cool. And just one thing to kind of be aware of is if you're using your bank card, like your ATM card, for a debit card, and some type of fraud goes on, and you know they take a lot of money out of your account. Remember, they're taking your money out of your account if you use your ATM card. If you use like the Bank of America travel rewards card and there's fraud on that, they're not taking your money, right? They're taking Bank of America's money, and you have a little bit more maybe protection or a little bit more comfort knowing that that fraud may take a while to get taken care of, but your money's still in the bank where it belongs, right? And so just be careful of that, and remember the ATMs, and check where you put your card in. Make sure that it is real, that it's not one of those scanner things.
I was on the phone yesterday with a representative from Charles Schwab, because we're going out of the country, so I needed to let him know that we were going to go out of the country and wanted to use that card, and so that when I tried to use it, I would have access, because otherwise they would think it was fraud and probably block the transaction. But while I was on the phone with him, he said that Indonesia has one of the world's highest fraud, like at the ATM in the whole world. And so,
wow, really?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that they're known for, like, worldwide having the most fraud at ATMs. So I don't know if it's those little devices that people use or how exactly they do it, but it happens. And I hear about it a lot. Like, I'm on a Facebook group for expatriates here in Jogja, and there's quite a lot that's talked about people being scammed at ATMs, their information being taken, then they get home and they look at their records and their identity, their credit, their their debit card information has been stolen. So you really have to be aware. Take precautions.
Like magic, guys, we are back home, and one other thing that I had to get ready before we go to Singapore is this. Check it out. We gotta wash our shoes today because we're going to the big fancy city, and you can't take dirty, muddy shoes and wear those in a big, nice city. But what I really wanted to show you was this. All right, so you guys remember that we did a video about these Zubits right here that kind of, you don't have to tie your shoes, they just snap together.
Magnets.
Yeah, magnets. We've been using these for like a year almost or something.
Probably over a year. Yeah.
But besides just being really cool on your shoes, it really helps to dry them. Check this out. Basically, just open them up like that, and then you can just stick them up here on the air conditioner. And then whenever you run your air conditioner, the warm air is gonna blow out on your shoes, and they're gonna be dry in no time. Yeah, guys, so we are going to Singapore tomorrow, but why are we going there? Well, we're not going there to renew our visas, because we don't need to do that. We're gonna renew our kitas the following week in Jakarta, actually. But we're going to Singapore because we're going to a seminar there at the 4 Cs College of Bible and Missions. So we'll be there for a few days. We're gonna go to Jakarta on Sunday, and then we'll be in Jakarta for like a week there waiting for our renewal of our kitas, and then we'll be back to Jogja. So we're gonna be gone from Jogja about 2 weeks about that. But what I wanted to say is maybe we'll be able to have a meetup in Singapore and Jakarta, right? And so that would be cool. We would really love to meet you guys in Singapore and in Jakarta. Singapore is gonna be iffy if we have time, right? Because we don't know the schedule, and we're not staying at a hotel, we're actually staying at the school. And so I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but hopefully we'll be able to. And so if we can, I will let you know through my email list, okay? And so if you are not a email buddy, right, then go ahead and click the link down in the description below to become an email buddy. And then that way I can send you an email. And I'll do that for Jakarta too. Okay, so if we can have a meetup in Jakarta, I will send you the information by email through the email buddy list, okay? And same for Singapore. So if you wanna be in a meetup, or you wanna know a little bit more about us, right? We send out some emails where you can learn more about us and some things that you might not actually know about us. They're in the emails there. And so go ahead and click the link down below to become an email buddy. And then it'll be cool. I'll see you there. We can communicate back and forth through email a little bit better maybe than through Facebook Messenger or something like that, or in the comments, because your comments get buried and there's so many comments that we just don't have time to get to them all, okay? So anyway, guys, we will see you in Singapore tomorrow. We hope you have a really great day and keep smiling.